Welcome to our channel. Today, we discuss a story that sounds like it's straight out of a cyber thriller, the Bitcoin heist that could crash the internet. It's not just about stolen money, it's about vulnerabilities in the global financial system, the fragile backbone of the digital world, and how a single breach could have consequences far beyond crypto wallets. You might think of Bitcoin as just a form of money, but in reality, it's a highly interconnected technology that underpins an entire ecosystem. When hackers target it, the ripple effects can reach every corner of the internet. To understand why a Bitcoin heist could be so catastrophic, we first need to understand how Bitcoin works. Bitcoin is a decentralized cryptocurrency, meaning it isn't controlled by any bank or government. Instead, it relies on a network of computers, called nodes, that validate transactions and maintain the blockchain, which is essentially a public ledger. This network is designed to be secure, but it's only as strong as its weakest link. Hackers target exchanges, wallets, and even poorly coded smart contracts to siphon millions or even billions in crypto. What makes Bitcoin different from traditional money is its transparency and irreversibility. Once a transaction is recorded on the blockchain, it can't be undone. That means if a hacker gains access to a large amount of Bitcoin, those coins can't simply be recalled like money stolen from a bank. And because Bitcoin is connected to thousands of exchanges, trading platforms, and decentralized finance applications, a major heist could disrupt the entire ecosystem. Prices could crash instantly, liquidity could vanish, and panic could spread across the digital and financial markets. Imagine a hacker gaining control of hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin and suddenly liquidating them across multiple exchanges. The sudden surge in supply would trigger a panic sell-off, not just in Bitcoin but across other cryptocurrencies tied to it. The cascading effect could destabilize crypto markets, affecting millions of investors worldwide. But it doesn't stop there. Many online services, including e-commerce, cloud storage, and even identity verification systems, now rely on blockchain technologies. If the infrastructure supporting these services is compromised, it could slow or even temporarily shut down critical parts of the internet. One scenario that experts warn about is a 51% attack. In this case, a hacker or group gains control of more than half of the Bitcoin network's computational power. With this level of control, they could manipulate transactions, double-spend coins, and undermine trust in the blockchain. Even if the hacker doesn't steal Bitcoin directly, the perception of vulnerability could trigger a massive sell-off, crashes in related crypto markets, and disruption in businesses relying on blockchain technology. The consequences wouldn't just be financial, they could shake public trust in digital infrastructure itself. Another threat comes from the interconnection of Bitcoin with decentralized finance, or DeFi, platforms. These platforms allow users to lend, borrow, or trade crypto without traditional banks. They often rely on smart contracts, programmed rules that execute automatically. A breach in one DeFi platform could spread like wildfire to others, creating systemic risk. This is one reason experts warn that a Bitcoin heist isn't just about stolen coins, it's about the potential collapse of entire networks and services that billions of people rely on. And then there's the human factor. Even the most secure networks are vulnerable to phishing attacks, insider threats, and software vulnerabilities. Large-scale Bitcoin holders, known as whales, can be targets for hackers, extortionists, and even state-sponsored cyber attacks. If a single whale loses access to their wallet or worse, is hacked, it could trigger panic across markets. The fear isn't just theoretical, history shows that Bitcoin price crashes often follow high-profile hacks. What's even scarier is the potential for attacks on the Bitcoin infrastructure itself, such as exchanges, mining pools, and network nodes. If a coordinated cyber attack were to take down multiple exchanges or disrupt mining operations, it could slow transaction validation, increase fees, and freeze trading. In extreme cases, hackers could exploit vulnerabilities to destabilize the blockchain, creating a digital crisis that affects not just cryptocurrency but internet-based services worldwide. The Bitcoin heist threat also raises geopolitical concerns. State actors could exploit crypto vulnerabilities to create economic chaos, undermine rival economies, or fund covert operations. Because Bitcoin operates outside traditional banking systems, tracking stolen funds can be difficult, giving hackers or malicious states a unique advantage. In this sense, a Bitcoin heist isn't just a financial crime, it's a potential geopolitical weapon. So, what can be done to prevent such a catastrophic scenario? Security in the crypto world is constantly evolving. Exchanges are implementing multi-signature wallets, cold storage, and advanced encryption to protect assets. Decentralized finance protocols are undergoing rigorous audits, bug bounties, and stress testing. And the Bitcoin network itself benefits from redundancy. Thousands of nodes around the world verify every transaction, making it extremely difficult for any single hacker to take complete control. But no system is perfect. The reality is that the decentralized nature of Bitcoin, while providing independence from banks and governments, also introduces vulnerabilities. Unlike traditional financial systems, there is no central authority to intervene in the event of a crisis. If a massive heist were successful, users could lose billions of dollars with no way to reverse the damage. The consequences could ripple across the global financial system, affecting both digital and traditional markets. The potential for a Bitcoin heist that crashes the internet also highlights broader issues in the digital economy. As more of our lives move online, whether through digital currencies, blockchain-based services, or cloud infrastructures, the consequences of a single breach become more severe. Security isn't just about protecting money anymore, it's about protecting the integrity of systems that billions rely on daily. A Bitcoin heist might start with stolen coins, but its impact could touch banking, commerce, communication, and even governance. In conclusion, the Bitcoin heist that could crash the internet isn't just a sensational headline, it's a realistic scenario that reflects the power, complexity, and fragility of our digital financial ecosystem. The combination of decentralized networks, irreversibility of transactions, and increasing integration with everyday services makes Bitcoin both revolutionary and risky. While security measures are improving, the possibility of a massive hack remains, and the consequences could be catastrophic.